Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's July 22nd, 2016. The big news today, a shooting in Germany in Munich at a mall. They're saying 6 dead, possibly 3 attackers on the loose. What I'm going to show in this video is this is another staged false flag attack for the sake of an ongoing agenda, an agenda of duping the people of the Western world into thinking there's an Islamic boogeyman out there that needs to be dealt with military intervention, as we've been doing in the Western world for a number of decades. I'm also going to show how today's news is a tribute to the Reichstag Fire of February 27th, 1933, an event that led up to the snowball that started World War II. Today's event, a direct tribute to the Reichstag Fire. We're going to get to that. I'm going to show you how the videos I made within the last 7 days about the McDonald's shooting of 1984 in the United States, the Olympic parallels between Munich and Rio, and the Bastille Day attacks all factor into today's news. All of these stories are interwoven and part of an ongoing agenda. Let's begin with the news coverage, then we'll take this story apart. Here's the mainstream coverage courtesy of CNN.
In Munich, in Germany, where we are getting reports of deadly gunfire is happening within a McDonald's. This is at a Munich shopping mall. We have pictures of what appears to be a suspected gunman opening fire. We're going to play just a short clip for you, but obviously this is disturbing to look at. All right, let me also just be crystal clear. We don't know if the man in the black t-shirt you saw a second ago is the gunman or not. In fact, what we're getting from law enforcement is that the perpetrators, note that's plural, they don't know where they are. Our affiliate NTV is reporting multiple people are dead, more are wounded. Police there in Munich telling CNN, again, there could be more than one gunman, none of whom, by the way, according to reporting, have been caught.
So, we got the supposed witness who photographed it. What I noticed is after he put his camera down, he didn't run out of there, he walked out of there. And you think if somebody's shooting shots just randomly, you're going to get out of there as quick as possible. The other thing is they're saying, possibly 3 gunmen. This is something they do with all of these shooting hoaxes. They'll say there's 3 or 4 guys, and then often by the end of the day, it's just 1. We'll see what they do today, but this is par for the course in the reporting. If you're new to my channel, I show what gematria is and how it is used in the media in the coding of these hoaxes. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. And for as long as there's been television, for as long as there's been printed media, there's been Zionist Jews running the show using this language of gematria, coding the headlines with numbers. All morning, CNN's keeping this up. Shooting spree at mall. They keep changing the picture, but they continue with those words. Those words have numbers that have been in other false flag shootings recently. Shooting spree at mall sums to 229 and 85 with the S exceptions. There are 2 S's in this phrase, shooting S, spree S. With the S exceptions, you add +9 for each S. So +9 2 times is 85, +9 is 94, +9 more is 103. So the true gematria within this phrase is 85, 103, and 229. 85 directly connects to McDonald's, which we'll talk more about. But 229 and 103 showed up in the recent Orlando shooting and have also been coded in other headlines that I've been talking about. But this Orlando shooting, a recent major shooting blamed on an ISIS-inspired attacker in the U.S., they said the shooter's name was Omar Mir Sadiq Mateen, gematria of 229. The shooting came right after Orlando hosted the Invictus Games, a tribute to the poet William Ernest Henley, who wrote Invictus. Invictus equals 117. William Henley died on July 11th, 11/7. Whole lot more to it than that, but I just want you to see that his name in gematria is 229. Just like the shooter in Orlando, again, the Invictus Games a month before the Orlando shooting. The Invictus Games also began May 8th. The upcoming Olympics, which have parallels to Munich, begin on 8/5, 5/8, 8/5. 229, this number that they're coding, it is the 50th prime number. When the shooting first happened, they reported 50 dead, 53 injured, a total of 103. Omar Mir Sadiq Mateen, the small way, sums to 103, a number also coded into today's headline. 103 in numerology terms is much the same as 13. And think about McDonald's, the golden M. M's the 13th letter. The Bavarian Illuminati, this shooting not far from Bavaria. The Bavarian Illuminati started with 13 families, started May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution. The Bavarian Illuminati credited with the French Revolution. You know, the history of these powerful nations, Britain, France, Germany, the United States, all of these stories with all of these coded details, they're all tributes to the future and the past. All right, so that's the headline, the significance of 229 and 85. Now let's talk more about McDonald's. McDonald's sums to 85, as coded into the headline. The San Bernardino shooting blamed on the ISIS-inspired attackers, that came December 2nd, 2015, and the reason that's significant is because the first McDonald's restaurant was opened in San Bernardino. That's where the McDonald's History Museum is, in San Bernardino. If you've never seen my work on the San Bernardino shooting, what a false flag it was, please check it out. What I want to point out is that from the San Bernardino shooting, December 2nd, 2015 to today, July 22nd, is 233 days, which is the 13th Fibonacci number. The 13th Fibonacci number is 233. M, the 13th letter, McDonald's. And today's shooting's at the Olympia shopping mall. Gematria of 233. 233 days after the San Bernardino shooting where McDonald's is headquartered. And with regards to Olympia, of course, that reminds of Olympics. Munich had the shooting 44 years ago at the Olympics. Shooting equals 44. McDonald's, M13, the Golden Arch. From July 22nd, today's shooting, until August 4th, Obama's birthday, will be 13 days. Shooting equals 44. Obama, the 44th president. His birthday's in 13 days. He's born on August 4th, 8/4. That's interesting because United States of America equals 84. Obama in Jewish gematria equals 84. Born on 8/4. The McDonald's Massacre in history happened in 1984. McDonald's had a massacre in 1984 on July 18th. This shooting comes 32 years and 4 days after it. With regards to 32, Munich, the small way in gematria, sums to 32. So does America. And this shooting's coming 32 years later. McDonald's, an American franchise. Germany, home of the hamburger. Hamburg, Germany, the second biggest city in Germany behind Berlin. All part of a Masonic riddle, a Masonic mocking. I'm going to link this post that you're looking at in the description just down below. I have these 3 videos here, all from last week that you can watch that all relate. I made this video a few days ago showing the parallels between Munich and Brazil, and it being 44 years later and what's being forecast. That totally ties into today's Munich shooting. This video is about the 187 code in homicide killings. The day after I put out this video, there was another example created. McDonald's shooting in 1984 came on the 18th day of the 7th month. 18/7, 187 is the police homicide code in California. The head of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, died January 14th, 1984. 187 days after his death was the McDonald's Massacre on 18/7. McDonald's is headquartered in Oak Brook, Illinois, where Ray Kroc's from. Oak Brook, Illinois equals 187. And McDonald's food is poisonous. It addicts people to sugar, fat, salt, stuff that kills slowly over time. And that's part of the sick joke in this media. These people poison us with toxic information, scaring us needlessly, and they poison us with the food that they've had us addicted to from a young age that they get us addicted to through largely TV, commercials, advertising, things that suck us in. There are some sharp parallels, if you really think about it, between what's done. So I'll link this post. You can watch all these videos from here. Just come and click on it. Munich, Brazil, the 187 homicide hoax code. And right here, Bastille Day, I talk about the Bastille Day attack, how the movie Bastille Day was released 84 days before the attack on Bastille Day. Supposedly 84 people killed. Dummies in Gematria equals 84. You could see that they were plastic dummies with fake blood in the street, a apparent hoax. Also in history, as I pointed out, April 8th, 8/4, 1904, France and Britain signed a military alliance carving up northern Africa, taking its resources, conquering its people, and positioning themselves against Germany, who was a world power. That event, that alliance of that date, 8/4, 1904, began a snowball that started World War I not long after. These numbers have been used all throughout history to create war. The reason history repeats itself in this world we live in now is because of the Freemasons, the Zionist Jews. They've been ruling all this time, contriving things by a code, a numerological code that's based in events of past and events to come. If you want to know more and you're new here, watch my work, watch these videos. I break it down deeper. You can understand it all. The Bastille Day movie came out on April 22nd, 22/4. They're in the 224th year of the French Republican calendar, which began with the French Revolution. Terrorist strike equals 224. Their president is born on the 224th day of the year. His name equals the same thing as false flag. The movie came out 213 days into the start of this year's French Republican calendar. French Republican calendar equals 213, a number having to do with killing that connects back to 44. Check it out. Lots of information. So anyway, with regards to Munich in the upcoming Olympics in Brazil, Brazil equals 68, Munich equals 68. They're 44 years apart. Kill equals 44. Shooting equals 44. Barack Obama also equals 68, and he's the 44th president. 68, a number that shows up around death because caskets go 6 feet deep or 8 feet long. 1968 at the Olympics was the year of the Black Power tribute that got a lot of, negative publicity. Think about Obama, the first black president, elected 44 years after the Civil Rights Act. Barack Obama's name also equals the same thing as civil rights. Some 44 words. Obama ran on hope. Shooting 44, hope 44, kill 44. A lot of shootings in the time of the Obama presidency. Staged, all like this. Planned propaganda, part of a very purposeful agenda. It's about building a police state around all of us. It's about more taxation without representation. It's about worse quality of life. We're letting all of this happen to us. So here, let's get to the Reichstag Fire. That's what else is important. The Reichstag Fire happened February 27th, 1933. Remember, Berlin equals 33, Nazis equals 33, Holocaust equals 33, Zyklon B equals 33, a whole lot of 33 in the world wars because they've been orchestrated by the Freemasons who are obsessed, fixated on that number. So the date that happened, February 27th, as we'd write it in the US, 2/27, a lot like 22/7 is July 22nd written over there. When you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, the number having to do with cycles, circles, radius, circumference. If you write out 22 divided by 7 in Gematria, it sums to 314, a lot like 3.14 for pi. And again, all of this propaganda, these people do it in cycles and circles, the way the natural world operates, seasons, day, night. So this date, this number sequence 227, it shows up all throughout history and tragedies. It's coded into the assassination of presidents, the collapse of the World Trade Centers, so much more. Very important number for false flag. Also, it was the year 33. From 1933 to 2016 is 83 years, and Germany, in simple English gematria, sums to 83. Now we get another event, another type of false flag that will likely be used for another world war. 1933 was still years before World War II broke out. We could still be years away. And that's why we need to spread this information. That's why we need to speak out so that we can stop it while we have time. I always work with the mindset that there's plenty of time to stop this, because that's all we can do as a people is stop what's in place. It's that simple. We have to do it. Otherwise, we will eventually get to the cliff that we all fear. So many people are so worried that we're about to hit the cliff any day. We need to fight back and not worry about where the ledge is. The point is to stop from getting to the ledge. February 27th, 1933, the day of the Reichstag Fire, where the Germans set their own building on fire to blame it on a boogeyman. And today are both dates with 45 numerology connections. In 33, it was a date with a life lesson number of 45. This year, just a date with shortcut method 45 numerology. Interesting observation. Just wanted to point that out. But yeah, I'm doing work on all of these events. I'm showing people how the same events are repeated throughout history. Last week, I put out 3 videos that all foretold what was going to happen today, And I have been saying, look out for July 22nd. July 22nd, a ripe day for a false flag. They love that 22-7 sequence. So when they put out more information, the names of the shooters, whatever the final death toll's at, I'll update on that. Right now, they're saying 6 dead, 3 attackers, a lot like 63. Remember, when you add every number up to 63, it sums to 2016, like the year we're in. We're seeing a lot of 63 this year. The name Barack Hussein Obama also has gematria of 163, which is the 38th prime number. Germany, the small way sums to 38, the big way 83. Interrelated methods. And recall, the San Bernardino shooting to the Orlando shooting, 2 events we talked about, those were 193 days apart. That's the 44th prime number. Again, Munich, Rio, 44 years apart. Obama, 44, shooting 44. These people are very repetitive. Until next time, Truth Seeker. Encore. I think I forgot to mention that McDonald's gematria of 85 also syncs up with how we write the date August 5th in the United States, 8/5, the date the Rio Games begin, coming 44 years after the Munich Games. If you've never seen this before, at the 2012 Summer Olympics, when Serena Williams was receiving the gold medal from women's tennis, they were playing the U.S. national anthem, they were raising the flag. If you know the lyrics to the national anthem for the U.S., sing along. Right as you sing the words, "But our flag was still there," the flag falls. And this very well could have been foreshadowing for an event to come during the time of this Olympics we're about to live out in Rio. Check this out. This is how we'll close out. Again, United States of America equals 84. Obama's birthday on 8/4 is coming 13 days after today's news. I'll give you another 84 word, and it's a word that most people live by in this nation we call the United States of America. The word coincidence equals 84, and we are a nation of coincidence theorists. We might also be a world of coincidence theorists. For anyone to think that that wasn't staged, you would have to be a fool. That flag fell on cue, and we can only ask ourselves, what all have they foreshadowed? Until next time, Truth Seekers.